Ready for story time? I'm ready for story time. Let's get into it. A week ago, I noticed there was some water downstairs in my studio, which is the basement of my home. It's about 1,000 square feet. I didn't pay any attention to it. I thought it was just, I dropped water. I've got, that's the Anycubic Wash and Cure Max 3, right? That thing is massive. And I thought, okay, I dropped some water. Turns out somewhere in the house, there's a leak. We don't know if it's foundation. We don't know if it's in the plumbing. But I have to take up all the molding off the floorboards. I have to replace some of the flooring, which we'll get to that in a little bit. And it just destroyed everything down here. And I'm devastated. But we are moving on. But here's what happened. While all this was going on, and you probably hear my dehumidifier going, so I apologize for the noise. I don't hear it. I don't hear anything. While this was happening, my boyfriend James is upstairs, and with his condition, muscular dystrophy, he can't come down the stairs. He's been down here twice, and both times since we've lived here, it was a massive effort, and I absolutely adored that he put in that effort. But he doesn't come down here. He can't. So when this happened, I was like, shit, I can't just show him stuff, and he's upset, I'm upset, and it sucks. So I was trying to think of a way that he can be down here, whatever he wants, without actually having to come down here. And I figured it out. Now, so step one, I realized I have cameras. I have security cameras all over the house, right? Home insurance loves cameras. So I have 1 billion cameras. And I had an extra camera that was for Ori, my Siberian Husky, who is a complete mental case. And she's a Velcro Husky, so that was a huge risk. So I got one of those cameras, 360 cameras. And while I was thinking, I'll just put that down there and he can look at it, whatever. So I set up this camera, and then I look and I make sure that everything is good. He's got a microphone, he can talk to me, he can see everything. And then I realized a comment that he made, I don't want to just, be a creeper and, just check a camera and just, I don't want you to feel like I'm spying on you. And I was like, shit, well, how can I make it so he feels welcome down here 24/7? Because, oh my God, I have a Velcro Husky and he has a Velcro girlfriend, a Gundam security bot, and he doesn't know I did this, but I printed this for him so he can feel more like one of my collectibles and sit on a shelf, and I'm probably going to put him on my desk, honestly. He can just, tool down here and say hi whenever he wants. What we're going to do is have him connect to the camera, which is called the Department of Chaos, and let him look around. He's going to think he's just a normal camera, and then I'm going to show him his face. By the way, this dude was no easy feat. While we had Atlas printing out the body, we had Goliath printing out the arms, the helmets, and the little parts for his helmets at the same time. So they did really well together. But here's the thing. The file that I found, this Gundam, is not for this camera. This is a WOOC 360 camera, and I don't even know what brand the other one was for. So what did I have to do? I had to pull out the big guns. I had to use the Einstar Shiny 3D scanner, okay, to 3D scan my camera. And this thing is amazingly gorgeous, and I will unbox it and show you everything later, but I'm just going to give you a little taste of this thing because it is gorgeous. So good. Okay, so this was sponsored from 3D Printing Canada. Love you, thank you. And it really saved the day. Without this, I wouldn't have been able to do this. So I had to 3D scan the camera, model it, then take that, create an STL, clean it up, put it into Bamboo Lab, and then restructure and resize the Gundam to be able to fit my camera. That way the head still turns and everything else still goes. Then I had to figure out what colors to use, and then I learned a huge valuable lesson that when you're doing a multicolor print, don't use color shifting filaments. These filaments do really well when it's a solid print, but if you have a print that stops and starts again and purges, when it's going through the extruder, it will twist. And once it twists, that alignment of that color shift will then get disrupted. And once it gets disrupted, you end up with color blocking. So this top piece, you can see, came out gorgeous because it was printed as one solid piece. But oopsies, I did not print the arms as one solid piece. These are two pieces, the white and so the blue-red filament. I still think he came out cool, but he didn't quite come out exactly how I planned. I still love him though. In total, the biggest part, which was the body, took 22 hours. And while we had Atlas, which is the Bamboo Lab H2S, printing out that entire body as one piece, we had Goliath printing out the helmets, the little helmet thwomps, I don't even know what you call that part, and his arms. So they were working at the same time. The Anycubic is a little slower than the H2S, but the quality was there regardless. So now that's all that's left, is I need to message James and see what he thinks of his new makeover.